So, OB17 is bringing forth a new battle pass. Let's talk about this. Hey everybody, what is going on? Brandon here with the OB17 patch notes breakdown. Now, I'm not going to be covering everything in the patch notes that they talked about in the show, just the things that I think stood out the most to me and what my thoughts are on the next upcoming battle pass that we should be getting. I believe they said on March 25th when Steel and Shadow will be leaving. So, let's get started. Now, first up, the first thing they decided to discuss were the new skins coming with the new battle pass in the new season. This was, at least in my eyes, underwhelming. Mostly because most of you know I main Assassin. I was really looking forward to getting a good Assassin skin. And the Assassin skin that they're giving here pretty much just looks like a reskin of the Season 1 version of the skin for the Assassin. It doesn't look too different. It's got a really annoying cowboy voiceover, which I know that might be rude to say, but yeah, the voice is not very fun. I don't really enjoy it very much. It's kind of annoying. The next skin being the Hunter skin. It looks decently cool, kind of looks like a Power Ranger. If you've noticed in the last two skins showcased, they are starting to do weapon skins. The Dagger is getting a reskin for this next season. With the Battle Pass, you're getting a Dagger skin. The Mage, which was the next skin they showed off, has a different kind of dagger. That dagger changes depending on the skin you're using in the game. The next skin they showed off was a Warrior skin, which actually is the coolest skin out of all of them. But I guess I should have been expecting that because if you've paid attention, they've been showing the Warrior way too much love compared to the other classes, and it's gotten even worse now with this patch. Now, the Warrior skin looks really cool. I do like it. They said it does change the higher you level it up like you have the other skins in the last few battle passes. But again, the Warrior is getting a bunch more attention. You can tell a lot more work went into the Warrior skin than went into the other skins, and that is just getting so annoying. Now, next up, they showed off the chicken skins, which these were actually really cool. You got the one that looks like Eva from Wally, and you got another one that looks like a little chicken Gundam, and apparently that chicken, also like the king chicken we got in this battle pass that we currently have, this one also levels up. The chicken skins are kind of nice. I kind of enjoy them. I think they're pretty cool. Next up, they showcased some of the mount skins. This one was a major disappointment for me. We basically got another dinosaur reskin. This one is a Cyber Raptor. They took the Raptor from Season 1 again, reskinned it. To me, this is just another repurpose from the Season 1 skins, which is, to me, a ball drop. Yes, it's neat looking, but, I mean, I wanted a little bit more effort put into these battle passes if we're supposed to be spending money on them, not just reskinning or recoloring things that they've already had in the game. The next one being a motorcycle, which I guess, yeah, it's kind of cool, but it's not really enough to make me say, oh man, I really got to have that mount, so I'm not really that excited about that. Next up, they discussed a new weapon. Now, this is an unnamed weapon. They're holding a contest right now for content creators to try to say what they want this to be named, and a winner will be chosen, and they'll be given so many different battle passes to give out to their viewers, etc. So they're holding a contest for naming this thing, but it's a chain gun, another automatic weapon, and they said this is going to have the highest DPS in the game. It's got a huge magazine, and it's basically a turret. I'm not really a fan. As most of you know, I'm not liking that they keep putting all these different automatic guns into the game, making it all about spray and pray rather than the fantasy-based Battle Royale that it was when it initially launched. So I'm not really that big of a fan. My recommendation was to name this OB64 because I have a good feeling a lot of people are going to hate it. And, yeah, I don't think that name's going to stick. I don't think anybody's going to be over at hi-rez is going to be for it. But that's my recommendation. Name this thing OB64, then get rid of it by the next patch, hopefully. We'll see. I don't know. I think it's going to be something that just throws the balance way off even more so than it already is. But I guess we'll just have to wait and see. The next thing they're introducing, something I actually have been expecting them to bring in for a while now, and they're finally bringing it in. I actually do like this. I think this is probably the best thing about this patch that I like, and that's the login bonus rewards. If you log in, you get some Battle Pass experience for the first 5 days you log in, then you get crowns the next 2 days, then it goes back around and you go back to getting Battle Pass. And your progress on your login reward carries over. So if you say you log in 3 days and then you have to go on vacation or work or something, and you come back and you go to play, you're still going to pick back up on day 4. You're not going to have to restart over, which I really like that. That was something that was always a pain in Paladins back in the day. is that you had to start over whenever you, if you missed a day of playing, you had to start over your login rewards. That's something they're adding to this, and it's a well-deserved thing that I actually really like coming to the game. Like I said, I think this is probably the highlight of the patch notes, at least for me. Then lastly, they discussed some balances and some bug fixes. They didn't really get too much into the bug fixes, which kind of bums me out because they didn't really discuss the biggest thing I wanted them to address, which was the netcode and the hit detection. They didn't address that at all, but like I said in my last couple videos, they've not been addressing it. So hopefully it's something behind the scenes they're addressing, and maybe it just magically fixes itself, but we'll see. But I'm not really a fan of the balance changes that they've made with this. The ones that stood out the most to me is all the automatic weapons are getting buffed. Every single automatic weapon in the game is getting a buff. Either magazine size or damage output, it's getting buffed. Every single one of them, and to me that's just insane. These are weapons a lot of us didn't want in the game to begin with. They put them in there once, they took them out because people complained about them. Now they put them back in, and rather than balance them out to where it's not a giant spray and pray competition, they are buffing them. That to me is just stupid. And the last balance change they finally did, and I mentioned this in my last video and everybody swore I was wrong, is they are finally balancing out the warrior a little bit, which is great. They're reducing his speed with Edgemaster, which is exactly what I said needed to be done. Edgemaster was way too powerful, and they've increased the speed for the talent into the fray by 10%, but they've also reduced the speed increase from Edgemaster from 25% down to 10%, which is great. I definitely think this is something that the warrior needed. It was a much needed nerf for the talents. Like I had said before, I didn't think the sword needed a nerf. I just thought the warrior's talent system needed a nerf to best accompany the sword, because the sword was meant to be a weapon used by the slowest class in the game, and with Edgemaster plus the runes plus all the other talents you could add to the warrior, he was just way too fast. He was like the Flash with a katana. It was just insanely overpowered, and this is a great change. I'm actually really ready for this. I don't like it that it's coming at the same time as we're getting a lot of buffs to the automatic weapons, but I would still rather this than them not address it at all and just leave his speed exactly the same. Lastly, this wasn't something that was discussed in the patch notes show, but it's something I feel like I need to address, because now you've got partnered Realm Royale creators spreading this, and this was a rumor. This isn't even fact. This has actually already been disproven by the developers over on Reddit when somebody posted a topic about this rumor, that it is a rumor, it is not true, and I'm going to try to explain it a little bit real quick at the end. Now, something that was said while I was watching the patch note show, one of the partnered creators was talking about, are you getting rid of the 32-player cap in solos and the 52-player cap in squads? Saying that there's only allowed to be 32 players in a solo match, the rest are always going to be bots, and there's only allowed to be 52 players in a squad match, the rest are going to be bots. I'm not sure what number they said it was for duos. I don't ever play duos, so I don't really pay attention to that. But that is, for one, a complete and total false rumor that I don't even know how it got started. Well, I mean, I can understand how the rumor got started, but the fact that it was dismissed already by the developers, I'm not understanding why partnered creators with Realm Royale are still saying that this is an actual thing when it's really not. The way the system works for matchmaking, and this comes from experience working with video games and understanding what they did, because they talked about what they were going to be doing when they were talking about reducing matchmaking times. What is actually happening here is you have a timer that is set for a large amount of time. I think it's like 10 or 15 minutes, waiting for players to join a lobby. Once 32 players hit the lobby, it will start then, it will lower the matchmaking time, so you will get into your match faster, and it will fill any of the remaining slots up with bots. Now, I think it lowers the timer to 3 minutes once 32 players are in. I'm not sure. I think it's 3 minutes. But once that timer starts at 3 minutes or whatever time it is, once the 32 players are in there, more players can still join the lobbies. And whatever players are still not filled in the lobbies at the end of the timer when the match starts will be filled with bots. Obviously, you all know there are bots in this game. That is something that is probably not going to go away, at least for a while, unless this game gets a huge surplus of popularity again in the next near future. And the same thing goes with squads. Once the timer lowers itself down to, I think it's 3 minutes, any more players that jump in, it will put in the lobby, it will fill the remaining slots up with bots. But there is still the instances where you are in a lobby and hardly any players join, and you might be in a game with 5 players. You have a longer matchmaking time, and you're going to have a lot of bots in the match. That does happen. And I think it's different based on the console you're playing on or the system you're playing on. Like, I think if you're on Xbox and you're not playing with crossplay, I don't think it's 32. I think it's much less than that. I think it's like 10. I think it's the same with PS4 because there's not as many people on those platforms. But if you play crossplay, it's 32, I believe, or 52 for squads. But that's not a player cap. That's not saying there can't be 100 real players in the game. If 100 players queued up at the same time in the same area, 100 players are going to be put in a game. That's not what it's for. That's not what it's saying. So the fact that there's a rumor going around that, oh, the max players you're going to see in a game is 32, that's not true. It's very likely that only around 32 players are going to be in a match in solo, only around 52 in a match in squads, because there's not a lot of people playing this game. I think there's only like maybe 9,000 total players playing this game a day right now. It's not a huge game. Yeah, there's a good chance you're only going to have between 32 and 40 or 50 players in a match in solo if it's a busy time of day, and you're going to have a lot of bots. But that's not saying there's a cap and you're only going to have 32 players. So if you hear that rumor, disregard it, because that's all it is. It's a rumor. It's been disregarded by the devs over on Reddit. They've already said it's not real. It's not true. The fact that I had 3 creators argue with me on Mixer while I was actually in there watching the patch notes show, and then I proved them wrong by sending them links to games with over 32 players, and then all of a sudden, oh, well, they must have increased the player cap, or they must have done this, or Realm Tracker is just not right. No, that's a fake rumor. It's not real. There is no 32 player cap, so quit spreading that lie if you're one of those people that swears there's a player cap, because there's not. But guys, that's all the time I got for this one. I hope you guys enjoyed this video. It's just a quick patch notes breakdown, and I wanted to address that rumor there at the end. I didn't even know that rumor was still circulating. It blew my mind, and their excuses, well, we're partnered. It doesn't matter that you have more views and stuff than us on your Realm videos. We're partnered. That's just, okay, calm your ego down. I'm not partnered with Realm Royale for a reason, because I don't trust hi-rez, and if I was partnered, I wouldn't be able to talk crap about the game when they do stupid shit. So, yeah, not partnered. Get over yourselves. I do know a lot about this game. Been playing it for a long time. There is no 32 player cap. So just please stop. And if you like this video, please do me a favor, hit that red subscribe button. If you want to know anytime I myself or Nathan upload videos, please do me a favor and hit that bell icon so you'll make sure YouTube gives you a notification. And I will see you guys next time.